My name is Christy Cosina, and this is the final presentation for my e-learning course project. The ultimate goal of my e-learning course is to create a completely online instructional unit and serve as a supplemental course for my field supervisor's Decades project in his high school accelerated sophomore English class. My course is supposed to elaborate on the skills needed to do well on his class project, such as group project collaboration, online research, using technology to help with coursework, and enhancing presentational skills and showcasing work to the class. I have completed all 4 modules in my e-learning course that each include a multimedia presentation, readings, assignments, discussion questions, and assessments. I also completed all of the other components that I plan to include, like the syllabus, the calendar, course evaluations, site navigation, and technical support. I solicited feedback from multiple people, including instructors, my field supervisor, peers, and students. I was not able to have a student from my target audience complete one lesson in its entirety due to the time restrictions on their part, but the feedback I received from a couple of students, peers, and instructors allowed me to improve my e-learning course and drastically revise my first lesson for the better. I used the design paradigm ADDIE and went through the analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate phases to help create my course. I chose this course creation model because of its simplicity in the phases occurring one after the other and having the evaluation phase that occurs throughout the entire course creation process. I also liked to use Richard Mayer's cognitive theory of multimedia and its 12 principles to help design the audio-visual learning material on my course website pages. I heavily use images and text in my website design, and I rely on images, text, and narration in my multimedia videos. Richard Mayer's learning theory helped organize the material in coherent chunks of information that reduced cognitive load. I used a course design tool from qualitymatters.org to help me include the necessary components that are typically included in a quality course, like a comprehensive and inclusive syllabus, an activity calendar, and technical support. I included lesson components and instructional strategies that I've used in the past that seem to work. Typically in a lesson, there is content presentation, and I have this in lesson 1 with my multimedia videos, podcasts, and article and infographic readings. To assess whether or not students have mastered the objectives set at the beginning of the lesson page, I included several activities that can measure progress with the learning objectives on collaboration skills. These include a lesson assignment on creating and interacting in a Facebook group, commenting on a discussion question about group project activities and strategies thus far in their Decades project, and a 2-part assessment on collaboration that includes an interactive individual quiz with feedback and a cooperative case study essay question. I definitely think that my end product came out more thorough and complete than I envisioned with the design plan. The design plan was an outline of my instructional strategy. The end product includes everything I mentioned in the design plan, plus I used a course design rubric to improve the quality of the course, and I made improvements based on the feedback I received. My first lesson on collaboration skills is a little different than my initial design. I changed the multimedia presentation to slow down the voice narration because I have a tendency to talk very fast when I speak at my normal pace, and I divided the video into 2 components to better initiate and maintain student engagement. My initial plan for the readings was to simply have articles for the students to read, but after feedback and reflection, I decided to turn one of the readings in my first lesson into an infographic to highlight what I wanted the students to get from an article on the 10 steps for effective team meetings, since the article is not targeted to high school students, but rather adult nurses in the medical field. I added more collaborative components to the first lesson's assignment on creating a Facebook group, since the lesson activities required cooperative activities and my original draft didn't quite achieve this. I added an activity in the assignment instructions to have the students create a Facebook poll and discuss and choose collaborative tools they would like to use in completing their Decades project. I added another activity to the assignment to have students record their decision-making process and reflect on their group dynamics and activities thus far in their project. I also included a cooperative essay question to my Lesson 1 assessment section on a case study about a group project scenario that does not pan out as expected, so that students can discuss and contribute what they think went wrong and how to improve chances for success. I added this component so that the assessment could more closely align with the lesson's objectives, since simply having a 4-question individual interact quiz with feedback didn't allow students to collaborate with peers. One of the lessons I have learned from this project is to create courseware for students that have ready access to. instead of choosing students like high school students who are difficult for me to gain access to in order to test my courseware. I am not a teacher and I don't have students, so I have to plan ahead to obtain access when I need it. I tried really hard to have some of my husband's students complete at least one lesson of my course, but due to time and priority restrictions on their part, I was only able to have a couple of students give me a cursory overview of some of the components. Due to this, some of my content didn't align properly to the lesson objectives. However, through continual field testing and evaluations, I think my course will be ready to roll out the next time my husband assigns his decades project. Thank you for watching.